I have a confession to make, and I hope you'll stick with me to hear me out because I'm battling the flesh and I need help. Welcome to Hanging Out with Popsy Guy, another day on the beach. God's blessed us with this day. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. So here's the confession. I suffer from road rage. No, not the road rage you think I'm talking about. It's completely different. As a matter of fact, I absolutely love driving. I'm the type of guy that you could put in a car and say, we need you to drive across the country. Can you do it? And I'd say, absolutely. We do 17-hour round trips to visit family in East Tennessee, 7-hour round trips to visit family in Tallahassee. Um, I've been driving a lot. I've seen it all. So yeah, it's not road rage as you think of it, but it really is because I play 3D chess when I'm driving. You may, you may be the same way. I look 3 and 4 moves ahead to see where the knuckleheads are. I identify them, and then I just stay out of their way. So when I see them do a completely knucklehead move, I'm not surprised. I just look over at my wife, I say, I told you. But other people get all upset. They slam on their brakes. I've seen so many videos of people brake checking and getting out and beating each other up. I'm like, man, that's too much. Where my road rage exists is in the supermarket. Yep, you heard me. Um, and if you're a guy like me who's in his mid 60s, and that's about half of the folks that follow Popsy Guy, you understand what I'm talking about when your wife says, "Hey, here's a list of things to go pick up. Go to the supermarket and grab these things." We're not shoppers. We don't go up and down the aisles looking at the best deal. We don't really care. We've got a list. This is what the young lady wants. This is what we're going to get. And so the 3 places that we shop close to home are Publix supermarkets, which is extremely popular here in Florida, in the Southeast. Walmart, you got to have Walmart, especially with prices the way they are today. And then Aldi's. So depending on what the list says, I'll pick which one of those that I'll go to, but I have to have a strategy. So stay with me here because here's the strategy, and this is where I'm fighting my flesh. Just like playing 3D chess while I'm driving my car, I'm completely at a loss on how to handle people who stop their grocery buggy, as they say down here in the South, right in the middle of the aisle and then stand there and look around like they're lost. And I'm coming up behind them and I got to slam on the brakes. Otherwise, I'm going to hit this poor person. I won't say it's a lady, but you know it is. I'm going to hit her right in the behind. I'm going to send her down aisle 6 on our Kista. I don't want to do that. So when I'm looking at my grocery list, the things that my wife wants me to pick up, I'll go, okay, where are they not? See, I've said this in previous videos, I'm a contrarian. So I'll find the aisles where people just don't congregate very often, like cleaning supplies, pet food. And that's the aisle I'll use to go down so that I can head towards the milk and the dairy or the deli over here, because I've discovered that the grocery store wants you to come in and go the route that they want you to go the route. Most people come in, take a right, and that's where all the profitable stuff is. I'm not going to play that game. Plus, I don't want to run into people. Not run into people I know. I don't know that many people. But the point is, I just want to go down the aisles where there are no human beings pushing their carts who are going to stop and decide it's a great time to look off into the sky and wonder why they came. You ever walk into a supermarket or a grocery store and the person in front of you grabs a cart and then they just decide to stop with their cart diagonal across the entrance and either rummage through their purse, look at their phone, or this is a great time to wipe down my cart with a sanitizer. And you got to kind of skinny around them. Well, that unfortunately is where I get really uptight because I'm like, all right, it started already. I better have a better strategy. Um, I better know what I'm doing. But in every situation, inevitably, I run into that situation where, first of all, let me back up. I don't push a cart because unless I'm buying a 40-pack of water, which I'll do in a separate buy, I'll just walk in, grab it, pay for it at the self-checkout and leave. I don't push a cart because now all of a sudden I have no flexibility to make my moves. So I'll just use one of those baskets that they put out front, where you can put some stuff in there. You got to be strategic too in doing that. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking. I've got my list, check, check, check. And then all of a sudden I get to, and I do self-checkout. I know that's people losing their jobs because there's no checkouts, but that's not my decision. If you go to a Walmart, there's like 2 people at the registers and everybody is at the self-checkout. Even the person with a cart full that's going to feed a family of 15, full to the top, scanning one item at a time, and putting it in the bag, and getting the other one. Here I am, 4th in line, and I've got 4 or 5 things, and I'm like, come on, people, pick up the pace, let's go. It's frustrating. So that's my confession. Not sure whether or not you suffer from the same sin, but generally I can deal with people in a car. I don't know why. I just have a better feeling. I'm not in control. I hate to say that, but I feel like I've got the ability to look out ahead and make the moves that I need to make to stay out of a situation where generally road rage occurs, right? That's people that follow too closely, people that don't use their signal and decide, hey, this is a great place to turn, right? And if you're following too closely, you're mad at them because they didn't use their blinker. Well, if you weren't right up their rear end, you would have had time. But it's the same thing in the grocery store. The other thing that's, and then I'll get off this. It's too beautiful of a day to be bent out of shape, but it happened yesterday and I wanted to get it off my mind. If I am pushing a cart, you know how you come to the end of the aisle and it's a T, right? You're coming down the aisle. There's an aisle going this way, an aisle. I always slow down just like I'm driving, and I stick my head out. I look right, I look left. And I want to make sure I'm not going to run into somebody. But more often than not, somebody has decided once they see the front end of my cart, they're going to go. Bang! T-bone them, send them off into the dairy section. Feel really bad, but hey, that was their fault, not mine. I came to a complete stop. Or the person that will come to a complete stop in the middle and look around. Like, an alien just dropped them in the middle of this store and they're not sure why they're there. So you have to gently smile and say, I understand, and then move on. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you and talk to you soon. I think the sun just baked my camera. That's the problem. That's exactly what happened. Shoot.